Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Terence Crawford hiding behind that fence, huh? They say Terence Crawford running scared right now. Madrimov reportedly destroyed Bivol in sparring. Now, let's take that with a grain of salt. What probably happened is Madrimov went in to emulate Canelo Alvarez, and he probably gave Bivol some really good work because he was one of the chief sparring partners for Canelo. And obviously, he did his job. He did his job well because we saw Bivol and the type of performance he put on against Canelo Alvarez. That being said, now when you think about the rumors about Madrimov putting the beans on Bivol. Now, for me, I had to stop and say, okay, I spelled something wrong here. That's what happens when you type too fast. So you get to see what I'm talking, I'm reading. See, I spelled the shit wrong, but I'm gonna correct it right now. See, I'm human. That's what happens when you type too damn fast because I'm trying to push out a bunch of videos before I go lay down. There we go. You see how I made that correction? But if there's some truth to Madrimov, let's say getting the best of the exchanges during the sparring session, and we all know, sparring is sparring. You know what I'm saying? We know that. But at the same time, it's a good measuring stick of how that fighter would fare against the person they're sparring with. It's also a good opportunity to assess their skill set. And word on the street is Madrimov more than held his own, and for many who witnessed the sparring said if they were to fight in a real fight, Madrimov's style will give Bivol hella problems and he'd probably win. Now, when the reason why this is of importance, right? Whether it's true or not, again, you got to take stuff with a grain of salt that you hear. The bottom line is Bivol is tall, long, slick boxer. Okay? Terence Crawford's a bit taller, longer, slick boxer. This is a case of styles make fights. Now, in my opinion, Dimitri Bivol is he's a bigger version of Crawford. I'm not going to say a bigger, better version, right? Because I don't want to be disrespectful to Crawford and I don't want to give Bivol a certain praise or recognition that is undeserving, right? But the bottom line is Crawford and Bivol have there's some similarities there. They're not the same, right? It's not a carbon copy as far as styles, but there's some similarities there. And if Madrimov was extremely comfortable in putting the beans on Bivol, Terence Crawford could really have to figure out, round after round, how to stay a step ahead of this guy. Because I'm telling y'all right now, Terence Crawford's a slick boxer. He switches styles. He doesn't throw the straightest punches. He changes up his punch selection. He changes up levels. He changes the speed on the shots. Crawford is an all-around fighter. And it has shown in fight after fight after fight. But going up against Madrimov, a guy who reportedly put the beans on Bivol, who we all know has a style kind of similar to Crawford, right? Not a carbon copy, but there's some similarities. I am even more intrigued about Crawford fighting Madrimov and seeing how this fight plays out. I'm telling you right now, I have a feeling the first 4 rounds, it may not go past 4 rounds for Crawford or Madrimov. It may not go past 4. I'm telling you. Eddie Hearn keeps saying, hey, Turkey Al-Sheikh putting on a fantastic card, but, sorry, he's going to be disappointed. His boys are going to get clipped, talking about Crawford going to lose to Madrimov. But you look at everyone else, they're like, okay, Eddie Hearn can say what he wants, but Crawford has proven time and time again that there's something special about him in those hands. And, you know, they have some fighters where they just have that power. They just have that IQ, that awareness, that will to win. And Crawford has that. And another thing that I wanted to note is, you know, Madrimov is no kidding a 154-pounder. But Crawford is no kidding a 154-pounder too. That man was killing himself to make 147. So to learn that Crawford should have really never been hanging around 147 as long as he did it to get the Spence fight, and then he bubbled up to where he belongs now. Crawford looks healthy. I think people are going to be surprised at the weigh-in to see just how, you know, thicker Crawford looks, how full he looks, how healthy he looks. I think he's going to make a big difference. But doesn't mean he's going to win. Doesn't mean that Madrimov's going to win. What it means is we're going to get a good-ass fight. Because one thing we know about Crawford is he'll fight. And one thing we know about Madrimov is he come to scrap. And I'm telling you, man, we're going to get some excitement. I'm looking forward to it. That being said, Madrimov supposedly destroyed Bivol in sparring. Does this mean Crawford is in serious trouble in the breeze?